As far as the chaos we find ourselves in these days, it's difficult to say which side pulled the trigger first. Erusia deployed an automatic intercept system with drones. Osea implemented long-range attacks to bypass them. So Erusia decided to sabotage Osea's communications and navigation technology. Erusia couldn't launch a satellite themselves, but they were still able to hack the software of the Osean transmission and navigation systems. Before Osea even noticed, half of their satellites were hijacked. That's when things got ugly. In an attempt to knock out each other's capabilities, both forces launched fighters loaded with anti-satellite missiles at the same time.
Okay.
Only military satellites were targeted. However, their destruction created a debris field in orbit, which wiped out scores of other satellites, both private and government-owned. What kept the world relatively sane up to that point had been free-flowing data and information. But now, those were gone. All that remained was chaos and confusion. Government and civilian broadcasts and transmissions were cut off. The flow of information had ceased. Forces on both sides of the conflict now found themselves unable to communicate with their superiors. Many of the smaller countries annexed by Erusia and yearning for their independence seized the opportunity and started their own uprisings. As for why some of Osea's military decided to break off from the main force and continue on their own, I have no idea. Perhaps there was some sort of dispute over the chain of command. The continent that had once seen wars that were only fought between Osea and Erusia was now full of numerous conflicts between rival leaders vying for power. Insurgencies were everywhere. I even heard a rumor that a group of Osean convicts had rebelled. Rumors. It never ceased to amaze me that even at a crazy time like this, something as trivial as a rumor could find its way here. Communications from corporate were cut off. Apparently, the entire computer network was down. It was a wise decision to make our drones autonomous with AI instead of being radio-controlled. Wise and forward-thinking. Even with their GPS offline, they can still use their sensors to navigate as long as they're working properly. I'm sure the drones are still working perfectly, following their mission orders to the letter. I wish I could upload Mihai's new data to them. But without a connection, I can't upload the software to the active drones. The new ones we're making, though, there should still be enough time to upgrade those before they're activated. I'll be taking the data I've acquired away from the front lines now. Oh, and I'll be taking the girls, too. I told my assistant Masa it was time to get Mihai's granddaughters ready to leave here. She's not much older than the girls, but she has a way about her, and I'm sure she won't have any trouble with them. I saw a plane flying off in the distance. I imagine it was looking for a safer place. The plane had a rose emblem on it.
Last hope.
Erusia's communication networks have been down since their satellites were destroyed. Unfortunately, we are experiencing trouble too. All of Usia has been affected, and we don't know when things will be back up and running. We're not even sure if this is Erusia's doing. Still, we will follow the strategy that was originally planned, and move on to the next operation after liberating Farbanti. Let's get to it. Since the war began, we've been receiving communications in secret from an officer in the Erusian army.
With the capital under our control,
Erusia's radical element is losing support quickly, affecting the balance of power. HQ is thinking of using the military officer as a way to gain leverage to settle peace negotiations. The officer is currently hiding in the outskirts of Anchorhead Bay, having joined up with support dispatch from the Osean Army. The plan is that they'll take a standard vehicle to a rendezvous point at a harbor in the east part of the city, where a helicopter will be waiting. I would like the new Strider Squadron to provide escort for the officer. Cyclops will remain at the base on standby to serve as defense. With the communication network currently down in the capital, I very much doubt Erusia will be able to mount a regimented counterattack. However, it is likely that Erusia's intelligence department and the remaining forces who are aware of the officer's movements will interfere. Keep a close eye on the officer and make sure he stays safe. Our victory in Farbanti has given us a golden opportunity to finally end this war. Be safe out there. Take note that our satellite-based IFF has become unreliable following the recent communications failure. As such, target ID will be done by processing the images from the infrared cameras on your aircraft. Objects will initially appear as unknown on your HUDs, but will be ID'd once you close in on them for a set period of time.
All right. Aircraft 3. Still. I'm close to the F-22. Let's go with the best. F-35. Air to air. Sortie, select the parameters, select parts. We're ready.
Strider Squadron, you're cleared to taxi.
To the unidentified Osean craft, this is Captain Carl of the Osean Army. Are you here for the escort? You're not the squadron I was expecting. Are you really friendlies? Over.
This is Longcaster. Airborne warning and control system for the Osean Long-Range Strategic Strike Group. Captain Carl, they're on our side.
And those two pilots we've heard about must be here too.
Okay, I hope you're right. Longcaster, are all of these really unknowns?
It's a state of civil war. The Erusian army is fighting itself. There's no guarantee the Oseans won't shoot us in this confusion.
We'll image process the unknowns caught in your camps to identify friend or foe. The process will be faster if you get a close-up, well-centered image.
Meanwhile, we just run if they shoot us, right?
Affirmative. Always identify your target before you fire. There's something I'll never get used to. Tonight has been a total shock. The city under martial law. Gunfire and the roar of jets echoing through the streets. Give me Strider Squadron's IDs. Oh, and hand me that sandwich. Target destroyed. We have no orders, but we do have ID data. Check your TAC terminal. Entering the Anchorhead Bay area. Buildings will block your line of sight. Make sure to keep track of your objective.
How is
undestroyed target.
Still try to figure out how to do this right.
You can't see the tops of the roofs from down here. Be on the lookout for enemy ambushes.
ID is Ocean Forces. This is AWACS from the LRSSG.
Target zone has been updated. We made it through the Anchorhead Bay area. We're heading along Highway 208 under the bridge. We're taking the coastal highway at the next ramp.
Alright.
There's a strict curfew, but people gather at bars and other places to learn what's going on. Taking fire. Watch your chaff and fire supply.
Bandit has a lock.
General managed to convince them. Those that protect General LaFarge are the real patriots. Forward! Well done, Bandit. Attacking. Shoot down any aircraft on a rooftop. What are you thinking? This is enemy vehicle.
Let's go.
We archived all the footage that we've shot when the communication networks come back online.
There's a vehicle blocking the road. No response to any of this. This is a radical scene.
Signs of the Cold Warfare at the beginning of this war are now gone.
Keeping market. Breaking. Nice work. That takes care of that one. We're heading for the highway. Thanks to you. We got out of paying that toll. I'm waiting for firing. Bail out now. Wheels 1, stop. Check your IFF. It's a friendly. I know what I'm doing. Us too. We're almost at landfill number 7. If we can make it through, we'll be in arm's reach of the rendezvous at Gruner Park. Captain Carl, do you have the means to record this conversation? I wish to explain to you the situation inside Erusia. I'm sure the boys listening upstairs will record it. The declaration of war, expanding the front lines, was all the work of some young Erusian officers. They were referred to as the Rattlers, but there was an unseen force guiding them. It was technology they borrowed from the Belgians. They actually went to war. The performance of the attack drones exceeded their wildest dreams. And they were incredibly clean, which got public opinion and the opportunists within the military on their side. They even manipulated the princess. The Belgian technology advanced UAV research within the Erusian flight test center by at least 10 years. They used the flight data from a former ace pilot to create drone AI, but to us it's no different than magic or alchemy. Airplanes are meant to be flown by human beings. Those of you listening in are wrong. We're heading towards Gruner Park. Rendezvous point to the helipad on this man-made island. We'll ditch the car and take the helicopter from there.
Members of the military calling itself Free Erusians. An unknown is blocking our scheduled route.
No response. Contact me.
Try to run a missile. Keep your head down.
Now I know who you are.
I have a visual on 3 strikes. Attacking from behind my target. I'm hit. Get this guy off my back. Fire on that vehicle.
The VIP is taking fire. His vehicle stopped. Target acquired.
Enemy on the lock.
1 more second. Come on.
Try to help us before we get shot. It's not like this is a tank or anything.
Captain Carl, we have a rendezvous point. Coordinates are as follows. Max Longcaster.
We're about to cross Anchor Bridge. There'll be nowhere to hide.
That was something.
Those guys shooting up there, aren't they both Ocean? If a drone is acting suspiciously, shoot it down. An armored vehicle's behind us. This vehicle used by the Ocean forces. Take it out!
Trigger, our vehicle is in trouble. Clear the way for it.
You heard the call. There are no
Got
friendlies
bogeys.
out there. The general is speaking with the commander. Almost reached the container area. Watch out for enemy ambushes.
Understood. System failures caused friendly fire incidents among OCF forces. There are even rumors of beam bullets turning on their allies. The main conflict concluded. Regional forces in the center, south, and east struggle over stabilization of the nation. The Egyptian government has defined these groups who are those trying to deliver vaccines for the OCF as rebels. The general's vehicle is under attack. Our VIP is taking fire.
We're taking fire. We can't hold on.
Okay, I'm going.
Try to get off your ass a little faster next time. We're coming up on a tunnel. We'll need to split up until we reach the exit.
Ally. Are you?
IFF designations for what was an astonishing feat. They used it to make drones that resembled Ocean fighters. And managed to assassinate horribly blame enemy fighters. But at the end, Falcon technology was the key.
Bye-bye.
Responsible for Holland's assassination. Talking politics?
Allies safe.
Story like that.
Got one airplane. Let's handle that real fast.
Missile launched.
Bye-bye.
Bad news. Hostile armored forces outside of the tunnel. I'm thinking that we should go say hi before they ruin the general's duty. ID is Ocean military.
The general's the greatest celebrity that sees everyone wants to meet him.
More flares.
Missile inbound, evade!
Strider 1, missile. It's the Ocean military.
Bye-bye.
We were nearly done for. I couldn't have asked for better timing. Nice. 11 million attacking the radicals. We've reached the industrial zone. This should be the rendezvous point. The coordinates are up ahead. Take out any enemies in the surrounding area.
Officers from countries annexed by Russia have taken multiple groups and declared independence.
Where is my target? Okay. There we go.
Almost at the rendezvous. Where are the others? Understood.
Perfect.
Make up the forces. They should be taking responsibility for the capital's fall, but instead they're prolonging the war. That is why our conservatives to regain control. All those troops who we've reached the rendezvous point. There's the chopper too.
Who do we turn to in this darkest hour? We need a beacon of light to show us the way. This is the
We there yet?
Okay, let's go. Getting out of here. We've had just about enough of this place. I'd like to offer my thanks to the LRSSG. This should finally bring about a true end to the war.
Understood. Good luck. Multiple
plane is carrying civilians. We have escort fighters, but we do not intend to engage in combat. Please stand down.
What's going on?
Try to get a little closer. Weapon use is prohibited. Whoa, there's a girl on board? He's not lying about carrying civilians. No, unless she's a soldier. Weapon use is prohibited. We've checked footage. It does seem to be a transport with escorts.
I repeat, this craft is carrying civilians. We are not here to fight.
Dr. Schroeder, tell me what's happening.
I'm sure I don't need to remind you. We did not attack the civilian liaison. Wait! Unknown's attacking the girl's plane! Ballcaster, permission to engage. Negative. What? Including OC fighters. ID them ASAP. Shit. That's all we can do. ID complete. They're Erusian fighters. What the hell is going on? Stay sharp. Right. I'm shooting them down. Any complaints? Granted. Welcome.
Yeah, it works. Strider 1 has killed a bandit.
Don't miss. Aim carefully.
Mine.
No good. Shit.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
You're in my way.
Find the enemy. Bandit destroyed. Well done.
There.
Nice kill.
Good work. All hostile aircraft eliminated. The liaison is safe. Wait.
The escort fighter is... Drive. They're missing the drive.
What the hell? You gotta be kidding me. Liaison escort has a radar lock. They're targeting you guys.
What the hell? We were just helping them.
Erusian aircraft, this is AWACS Longcaster. Do not engage the liaison. Break off now.
Can you hear me on this channel, OC craft? Those escort aircraft are drones. They are currently being operated autonomously. They are not being controlled by anyone. They are flying on their own volition.
What? In that case, we have no choice but to shoot the aircraft down.
Unfortunately, yes.
We did what we could. Weapons free. You are cleared to attack the escort. Welcome.
Understood.
Hey, it's not our fault. Listen, Jason. Why you build something like that? Whoever did is the king of all dumbasses.
To put something else entirely.
Boom, boom.
They must be accessing it remotely. Who's behind this?
Additional hostiles inbound. Great timing.
Bye-bye.
The escort must have used its remote activation rights to gain the eyes.
Fox 2.
On my target's tail.
Break out.
Bandit has a lock. Enemy on your back.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Where are you? Find bound. Ooh! Go, go, go.
Locked on.
Boom, boom. Ah!
Fox 2.
Get him!
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
I'm on my target's tail.
5 bandits remaining.
Damn it. They don't have the drive they need.
Come on.
Four bandits left.
Come on. Oh. And kaboom!
3 bandits to go. Two bandits left. Show them what you got. Low on missiles. Missile away.
Boom, boom. Last one.
Bandit to go.
Strider 1, that's what I like to see. Another story to tell my boy.
Understood. All hostiles have been eliminated. Nice. General's helicopters flying safely outside Anchorhead Bay. All aircraft, RTB, mission complete.
All hostiles, huh?
The Osean aircraft is here to pick us up. The approaching Osean aircraft.
Losing his army? Elaborate. They stole our sealed orders. It should be a piece of cake.
Were you sent by the General Staff? No, we want you to send them. I can't!
There are 3 scratches.
What does that mean?
The tail of that plane.
Broadcaster, are all of these...
In order to respond to the attack on the base, Cyclops has scrambled after being on standby. We'll head up too. Oh, and Labarth is dead.
What did you say?
Apparently, he was shot down by another Osean aircraft after he left the area of operations. I mean, I know it was chaos, but still. At any rate, the sealed order operation has come to a close.
All we can do for...
What's up with the commander?
He's staying in his room. He's still alive, since we can hear him crying.
The island we went to was supposed to have been secured by the ground forces. They hadn't gotten a handle on things by the time we got there, so now we were stuck in the middle of a half-assed campaign. My job was to get the planes ready for combat, making repairs and handing them over to our troop of cons. Thing is, the enemy still had the hangars. The comms were still down, so none of us knew what the hell was going on. The last transmission I heard before everything went to shit was that some prisoners from an Osean military penal unit rioted and managed to escape. They stole some jets and now they were flying around, taking out their former allies left and right. I wonder wonder if any units like ours were out here, creeping around. Hearing the Osean jets firing at each other overhead chipped away at morale. Since the radio was out, it was quiet. I liked it better that way. All I heard was the gunfire. Here we were, walking around carrying rifles. We were pilots, damn it. Friendly fire will probably kill us. You know things are desperate when the guards that used to lock us into solitary are now telling us it's better we all stick together. I guess they think our odds of surviving this war are better that way. After walking for miles across the battlefield, we came across the wreckage of a plane. Passenger, not military. I knew that rose. It was an Erusian liaison plane. The guard's dogs smelled something and took off. They led us to a cliff. And the bodies.
Today, I lost everything. When Osea attacked our capital, my father, a man who was never really suited to being the king, was killed. I was to be flown out of the war zone to safety, but the plane was shot down by rebels. The entire crew was killed in the crash. Soldiers appeared and one shot at me. My dog went after him and shot him to pieces. He was my best friend. After all those speeches I gave about working together for peace, I thought everyone felt the same as I did. I'm sure the soldier who shot at me knew I was the Princess of Erusia. He was Erusian too. More soldiers have come. Now, there is no one left to protect me. I am so numb, I cannot move. I watch as one of their dogs approaches. It sniffs mournfully at my dead friend. I wonder if it grieves for him as much as I do. I can barely think. I feel weaker by the minute. I don't know who these soldiers are with, but I managed to take a sip of the water they gave me.
How long have you been here?
Somehow, I muster the courage to answer the woman's question. I tell her I've been there 3 days. They gather around me with grim looks on their faces. What would they do if they knew I was the Erusian princess? After searching the cockpit of the plane, the woman who spoke to me before came back to me.
This is an air-to-ground tactical radio. It still works!
I noticed she walked with a limp. She knelt down next to me and asked her companions to give me some food. And then, very softly, she said,
"You see, I used to listen to your broadcasts, Your Royal Highness."
Just what did you see here?
Okay, enough talk. Your opinions have all been taken into consideration. Beyond the seizure of Forbanti, which is important, and supporting the Erusian officer, at this point, I just don't know what our strategy is, or what our mission will be. Radio communication is still patchy for both the military and civilians, so we're getting zip from Mission Command about our orders. Still, with countless Erusian forces in the area, it's too dangerous for us to stay around here waiting for a miracle. Now, regarding Count's suggestion to think about self-defense, I think we should make a break for Tyler Island. It was a large Osean base before the start of the war. Count says his previous squadron took part in an operation to seize control of the island. It has the only base that will get us to the space elevator without refueling. It's also a transport facility for supply ships that provide drones and ammo for arsenal birds. For the Osean forces that are looking to reclaim the space elevator, those are two great reasons in its favor. If everything went according to plan, the base may already be in Allied hands when we get there. Though based on what Count told me about the island operation, it won't be easy to seize control.
If the ground troops have managed to open the bridgehead, the transport route to Osea for supply ships should be available.
So much at stake, I can't imagine Erusia just giving it up without a fight. Things could really have gone bad.
Even if there are enemies left, they should be pretty easy to suppress.
I just want to go home, man.
Me too.
With that look on your face, Trigger, I know exactly what you wanted.
If Trigger's ready to kick ass, then so am I.
Damn straight. We're with you, Trigger.
It's decided then. Let's get all the aircraft and haul ass to Tyler Island. Although we can avoid the Arsenal Bird's anti-air network, there's still remnants from the Erusian forces. I want to get to the island without getting into any unnecessary combat. Pick a fast craft and fix it how you want. Pack for a long trip, but remember, if you drag your ass, you'll get left behind.
Should I prepare for ground or air? Custom takeoff weight.
Strider Squadron, sortie ASAP.
This is Tango 2-3. Pursued by multiple tanks and APCs.
They'll all go down if we don't pull back the landing craft. It's what? Abandoned Tango 2-3?
Something's not right.
Tango 2-3, we don't have the firepower to assist you. You're on your own.
Wait! We need help!
Wagtail is on the Osean landing ship. What's going on? What did you say?
Multiple bogies inbound. Damn it. Prepare for anti-air combat.
This is the AWACS Longcaster. The aircrafts in your area belong to the LRSSG.
Allied aircraft. A retreating vehicle is taking fire. Requesting assistance.
Roger. ID complete.
Mounting.
Thank God! Friendly birds!
Unknown successfully identified.
Shit. These are Osean.
Target acquired.
Their artillery fire just missed us off our starboard side.
Nice. Target updates on Tyler Island.
Couldn't be worse. Our forces are scattered and on the run.
They're on the run.
Our air support is here. We were waiting for retreating units here to carry them out to safety. Do me a favor, Longcaster. Any of our allies are cut off. They need support and an escape route.
Understood. We'll do what we can. Let's help retreating Osean forces. Take out any hostiles in their area. Don't engage till targets are ID'd.
The boots on the ground don't need more people shooting
It's a big maze.
Calling friendly birds. Pick up the hostiles in our area. Get us out of this hole. We need help while we're still up and running. Down the range. Dogs. Let's get moving. Hit the gas and don't let up until we reach the extraction point. I don't want to see anyone, hostile or friendly. We're moving out. Leave the cat behind. We'll come back to the island one day and send them off properly. I found 12 dead bodies here. Trouble middle class. Police working nearby, so there could be researchers in the family. Most likely, they were involved with
Frigate. Going down.
Target destroyed by Strider 1.
Gather all the warnings together. Our guys even took out the enemy's air support. What do we do now? Send in a tank.
Allied retreat looks good.
Can you hear us? We're taking fire from multiple enemy tanks. We're outnumbered, taking heavy losses. We can't even run. The enemy will shoot us in the back.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you. Strider 1, you've identified the unknown targets.
I have a solid lock. An explosion inside. Continue the countdown. The countdown. There's still one arsenal there left. Then Russia will have a fighting chance. It's Kaiser's to pack the supply ship. Don't pipe it back to the supply ship. If it thinks we're done for.
Behind the enemy.
Here's the landing craft. Many thanks, broadcaster. You didn't have to leave our place to die.
Understood. Listen away. Target destroyed. Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Enemy position! Stop! Your artillery fire's got a number on my hearing!
Strider 1, target eliminated. All aircraft, search every nook of the island. We're not leaving anyone behind.
Only make it in time!
A landing ship is waiting for you.
Right. Some guarantees one-way ticket to hell. Pretty sure we're there already.
Wait, multiple bogies from the east.
Their timing tells me they're not here to bring good news.
We need to ID the bogies. Take them down if they're hostile.
Understood.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Bogies inbound. Escort fighters, we're counting on you. Should we fire? And if we're not fired upon? Of course.
Strider Squadron, you're near an armada of bogies.
Bye-bye.
Identify them.
Operation no return. These are unguided. Stay on course. Let's just get this done with.
Hey, bye-bye.
Target acquired.
Identification complete. It's Erusian bombers and their escorts.
Count's prophecy has come true. Take out all bombers. They'll flatten our allies.
Plenty of civilian casualties as well. Precision bombing is impossible in these conditions. Maybe they know they can't. We're gonna drop
Bombers.
Trigger, boss, get over here quick!
we go. Woo-hoo.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you. Listen away. The bombers are nearing the island. Running out of time. Strider 1, target destroyed.
We're going down, boy.
Behind the enemy. UAV is down. Strider 1, target acquired.
This is Grand 752.
Missile.
Missile evaded.
Ammunition 0.
More bombers approaching. Intercept them now. They got a stubborn one on my ass. Launched. Intercept those bombers. The bombers are about to reach the island. Shoot them down now.
Bombers. Ooh. Go, 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 go. Accelerate. $1,000. $5,000. Ah!
Bombs away! Bombs away! Radicals and Oceans can burn in hell.
Carpet bombing? They can't be serious. How many do they think they'll kill? We've lost contact with the Oceans on the island. We failed. Let's help retreating Ocean forces. Take out any hostiles in their area. Don't engage till targets are ID'd.
The boots on the ground don't need more people shooting at them.
Hey, it's absolute chaos out there. The Illusions are starting to fight amongst themselves.
Well, now we know what's going on, but shit.
We've got more over here. Fighting against civilians. I hope there was one party to fight it. Yeah, they're all lined up. No, not just that. Some of them aren't even wearing shoes. I can guess what happened here, but I really don't want to think about it. Bastards. They're way before crime. Take photos of residents.
Jesus, they're firing at each other. Is this the norm around here?
It's all crazy people.
Mission to take back the bag. Fly ship and munitions depot is highly combustible.
Strider 1, you've identified the unknown targets.
I just had the photograph. Hear us? We're taking fire from multiple enemy tanks!
ID complete.
We're moving out! Leave the dead behind! We'll come back to this island one day and send them off properly. Just need to find some time. Mr. Bay is still operation meeting time. Move them away from the last driver.
Here we go.
Behind the enemy. Strider 1, APC destroyed.
If we can just defend the mass driver today, our army can turn this thing around.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Count the brain, and the enemy's gone. Our last vehicle is destroyed. Let's get out of here. Let's get rolling! Hit the gas and don't let up until we reach the extraction point! I don't want to see anyone, hostile or friendly! Upper middle class. One of your lines is the sponsors of the family. Our guys just got the enemy here.
And
Allied retreat looks good. All aircraft, search every nook of the island. We're not leaving anyone behind.
Gather all the wounded together. Triggers, flash the bandit. Here's the landing craft. Many thanks, Broadcaster. We didn't have to leave our place to die.
Understood.
The Russian ground forces showed no sign of letting up. We're taking heavy damage.
ID complete.
On the countdown. There's still one arsenal group left. Don't fight with your backs to the supply ship. And take what's on board.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Enemy position! God, the artillery fire's been a number on my hearing.
Lo identifiqué.
Wait. Multiple bogies from the east.
Their timing tells me they're not here to bring good news.
We need to ID the bogies. Take them down if they're hostile.
Understood. Bogies inbound. Escort fighters, we're counting on you. Should we fire? Even if we're not fired? Of course. Chase out the bogies! There's no way they're ours! Almost there. Commence Operation No Return! These are unguided. Stay on course.
Strider Squadron, you're near an armada of bogies. Identify them. Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Identification complete. It's Erusian bombers and their escorts.
Count's prophecy is true. Take out all bombers. They'll flatten our allies.
Plenty of civilian casualties as well. Precision bombing is impossible in these conditions. Maybe they know they can't. We're gonna drop them all. Watch yourself. These guys are working together to bring us down. Trigger, boss, get over here quick. Careful, those guys are good. You went into the clouds. Lost them. Transferring the radar driver completely. We're signaling our break with Belka. They got a stumble into my ass.
Bombers are nearing the island. Running out of time. Intercept them now. Hostile confirmed destroyed. Only half the bombers remain. We can't let even one get away. Intercept those bombers.
Locked on.
Enemy on your back. Target acquired. Starter 1 also launched.
Triggers, blast abandoned.
All enemy bombers have been destroyed.
We did it.
Continue with your mission.
We don't even know where we are! We can't afford to take any more damage. Get out there and do something!
Target hit.
Bring the anti-tank missile. Hit that heavy armor at the front line. Don't stop!
Target's in machine gun range.
Locked on.
Missile evaded.
We're outnumbered. Taking heavy losses. We can't even run. The enemy will shoot us in the back. This independent special security squadron is demanding to be let into the base.
Hey you, dumbass with scratches on his tail. Hear me? I need you to help some people. There's a group of refugees surrounded by a bunch of tanks right here. Today, their future's not looking too bright.
This is a secure military line. Who is this?
Me? Call me Scrap Queen.
Longcaster, she's an ally. Trigger and I'd know that voice anywhere.
Senators don't breathe eggs or count.
Here, let me have a word. Hey, it's been a while. I had a feeling the two of you were still alive. Remember, stick with Trigger and you'll make it.
We have a bit of intel for you. We'll share it if you can help these refugees. Count me in.
That's right.
Echo 13. All hostiles are down.
Understood. This is our last chance. We'll see how far we can go.
We've destroyed all of the targets. All bogies should be ID'd now. Mission complete. Okay, Scrap Queen. Send us the target coordinates.
I was thinking about how I'd do that.
Don't you have a laser target indicator?
Why would she?
No, Kingster. It's taking us to the enemy's doorstep, not me. Wait, you moron! Wait! What are you doing, dumbass? Here! Tuck right here!
Longcaster, we confirmed the location of the flare. That's them. All aircraft, we just updated your threat matrix via data link. Take out those targets.
Don't miss. We don't want to hit the pretty ladies down there.
Hurry! Starter 1, target acquired. operation.
That doesn't sound good.
But can it be trusted?
Not sure. Heard it from a man who said he wanted to atone for his sins. Up to you to trust him or not.
Understood. Good luck.
Releasing safety.
Ahora sí.
10,
¿Todo bien?
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Launch. 1, 2, 3. The mass driver is accelerating.
What the... ¿Qué es eso?
The supply ships have been launched from the mass driver. If the supply ships make it to the Arsenal bird, they'll be able to resupply it. They may be loaded with new weaponry that we don't even know about. We have no choice but to take down the supply ships before they can get within the Arsenal bird's air defense network. You've got to hurry or you're not going to make it. 3 minutes to the enemy's air defense network. All aircraft, remain on high alert. We got bandits incoming on radar. You're gonna have to forget about them for now. Focus on destroying that supply ship first.
We're sitting ducks like this.
Let the supply ship get too far away, we'll never be able to catch it. Just avoid the enemy's fire for now.
Okay, but we won't be able to do that forever, you know.
What?
Did you see that explosion? Looks like that's one of them down.
Remember, there are 2 supply ships out there. Bring them and shoot the other one down.
That sucker's hiding in the clouds. Trigger, don't let it get away.
We've recalculated the remaining time.
If we're too close, we'll get caught up in the explosion. Enemy on your back.
90 seconds to the enemy's air defense network.
Don't lose them.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you. 60 seconds remain.
Dale.
Strider 1, Fox 3.
Supply ships are almost scheduled like that.
Listo.
Hope you're all enjoying the pretty fireworks. This thing had any windows, we could have seen it for ourselves. Nice work, team.
Casitos en mi cama.
We're gonna find ourselves a boat and leave this island. We'll be taking the refugees, along with any deserters from the Erusian military.
Who's the girl that ran at the tanks with the smoke canister? A few more crazies like her and life down there could have been a tad bit easier.
What do you think would have happened to those refugees if you hadn't intervened? The princess saw what happened. They were little kids.
That's why I like the sky. You don't have to see those types of things.
Does this mean we're that much closer to ending the war?
No, we just basically prevented it from going on forever.
Count's right. We have no choice but to return to our original base. Our base that is nearly out of food and fuel. We need to do something.
Good. Take a seat. What? Everyone's here. All right. Good work in sinking the supply ships. Not to mention saving the refugees. However, we're in no position. Even the commander here